So somebody asked me for a breakdown of Demetrius Andrade and Benavidez. Right now, I'll break it down, but I don't know if I got a prediction. I'll keep it for the end if I do. But right now, I feel like as far as the inside game, starting off with Benavidez, I feel like he has an advantage, even though he doesn't work mostly from there. Lately in a lot of fights, he's been doing things in the inside like uppercuts and close hooks that he's been taking advantage of when guys come in early, try to do certain things like rough him up. He has certain counters and he deals with guys like that easy. When guys try to bully him, he turns into a bully and basically moves them, and he'll punch them to the point where they'll just get off of him instead of him just pushing them away. He kind of engages. He doesn't mind rough fights like that. And Andrade tends to come inside and do a lot of clinching and moving and turning and different things like that. I feel like that'll be one advantage for Benavidez, because when Andrade's trying to clinch and turn and do different things, Benavidez can use that. With him coming in, he can throw a hook with that, or straight left, or he can also use that advantage going out. When Andrade's leaving the clinch, he can kind of throw a hook, kind of catch him, try to buzz him or knock him out. That'll be a huge advantage for him. So I feel like that's one way he'll try to do things, but he's not going to sit in the pocket and just wait the whole time. You know what I'm saying? He will engage and corner him off and walk him down, but Benavidez also is not going to leave himself in the open. I feel like he's going to work the jab a lot more than people realize, move a lot more. I've seen in a couple of fights where he's stood toe-to-toe, but Benavidez, he can move in certain fights. I don't know what fights guys been talking about when they talking about he ain't got no footwork. I don't know what kind of footwork they talking about as far as catching the guy and beating him up. He got all that kind of footwork he need. Because I've seen him, because a couple of fights I was like, well, I ain't seen him fight off the back foot yet. And then I know one fight, he started off on the back foot, so I was kind of impressed with that. So I was like, it's gonna be a hard fight to kind of judge right here, man, for real, because he can do everything. Like, that's what people don't realize. They look at him as a puncher, you know what I'm saying? He does that kind of, you know what I'm saying? That's the fun part. Boxing's fun to these guys, you know what I'm saying? So of course he's gonna be punching, but as far as going out the back foot, no, he hasn't done much of that. If he needs to, he will. And people, they're gonna find out how Benavidez fights all kind of ways in this fight. He's not gonna be standing in the pocket fighting one way. It's gonna be a complete, I'm talking about dismantle, just with the jab. I feel like his jab and the straight right and the left hook combination for him, he gonna be working that a lot, because Andrade likes to turn that way. You know what I'm saying? He kind of turns that way, and that left hook from Benavidez, that's gonna be a money maker. This fight is made up for somebody to get knocked out, honestly. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of hard for me to see somebody get knocked out, but the way it's lining up, it's lining up for somebody to get knocked out. Because both of them, they kind of do the same thing as far as leaving the same kind of punch open for each other, so it's almost like a mirror. I can see them like kind of throwing the same punch in this match, and one of them just getting caught just in the perfect spot, because they don't got weak chins in there, so it's kind of hard to go into the fight saying that somebody's gonna get knocked out. They've been put down before, but it was kind of like off balance type stuff. It wasn't like they got hurt or anything like that. The way they got hit, it was just like to knock them off balance. I don't think it was anything like a knockout or anything like that. Not from what I seen. I didn't see nothing close to a knockout. I seen somebody get put down, but yeah, they and the one when Benavidez got put down, that was off of fatigue. He was young too. Even when I seen him recently, I was like, he was young, man. He was tired. Kind of fell off balance. It wasn't because he got hurt. Even when he got up, he was like, man, I'm tired. So, and that's one thing we got to take into consideration. You know what I'm saying? An old habit will kick in. He's been in shape a lot of years now. I'm talking about he's been in great shape. That's when I knew the last time when he said about his weight, I was like, I ain't gonna never worry about his weight again. And you notice how ain't nobody worry about Benavidez not making weight no more? Exactly. All that stuff went away. All that stuff went away. Ain't nobody said nothing about Benavidez not making weight no more. See, all you gotta do, you can change that real quick. All you gotta do is just keep fighting, keep making weight, proving these guys wrong. But I feel like the uppercut from him will be a lethal punch. The way Andrade comes in and leaps in, I don't like the uppercut for him because Benavidez, he hasn't been working the uppercut lately as much as he should have. But I feel like he's gonna be working the uppercut well. That's something that that's gonna be an advantage for him. I'm pretty sure y'all gonna hear his dad ask for the uppercut in this fight. Pretty sure they're gonna give us about 6 tries in the corner. I bet you'll hear probably uppercut. Because the way Andrade gonna come in, he's gonna be leaning over. It's just a perfect punch to just throw out of nowhere. Benavidez got a long reach for his size. It's gonna be a good fight, man. It's gonna be a very good fight. I feel like they're gonna be it's gonna be a chest fight most of the time. It's gonna be rougher than what people think. It's gonna be a very rough fight. The referee gonna get involved a lot of times. It's gonna start getting mean and rugged in there. I'm talking about it's gonna be some mean faces going on. I'm telling you. Benavidez is gonna be throwing some hard shots, especially when Andrade's going back with a jab, and Andrade gonna think he's out of range. Benavidez is gonna be popping his head back with a jab. I promise. He's gonna pop his head back with a jab plenty of times throughout this fight. But with Benavidez now moving, I've seen lately he's added to his arsenal fighting a little bit off back foot. I know people will say, what? He been doing it a little bit lately. He been fighting laterally too, throwing punches, moving laterally from left to right. I feel like that's gonna fit him well with the fights that's coming up, because a lot of guys lately, they're not they haven't been moving that much against him. Even though Caleb Plant moved a lot, it won't be as much as what Demetrius Andrade can do. But Andrade, I don't know if he's gonna be somebody who's gonna just gonna be trying to dance around Benavidez. That's not how he fights. He's gonna engage as well. He's naturally used to punching, throwing a lot of punches. So what I'm interested in is because Benavidez throws a lot of punches. When he gets to the middle of late rounds, many people don't outpunch him in those middle of late rounds. So what I'm interested in seeing is Benavidez gonna be outpunching him later in them late rounds, or is Andrade gonna be exchanging back and forth with Benavidez throughout the whole fight, which I feel like he will. I feel like Benavidez is gonna be he's gonna let Andrade do what he do, but after a while Benavidez is gonna be trying to punish him or knock him out. When it starts to get around the 4th, 5th, 6th round, it's gonna be a real fight. I'm talking about it's gonna get real dangerous around that time. I feel like Benavidez got what it takes though. He really does. But he's gonna have to he got advantage in the phone booth though. Anything that's phone booth range, I feel like he's gonna have the advantage. Just honestly. Especially with Andre coming up in the weight, I feel like the weight will be sort of a problem still. Just me naturally knowing the weight is going to be an issue for him because that's not his natural weight he's been at this entire time. So I feel like that's an advantage for Benavidez, but that's not his natural weight. But I feel like Benavidez will have an advantage though. Just knowing how he's been fighting there the whole time. You know what I'm saying? Andre used to fighting bigger guys though. He's fought bigger guys. I've seen throughout the fight plenty of times. Most of the guys when he was coming up fighting that, even though he's a bigger guy for his size, he's fought bigger guys mostly. He hasn't fought too many small guys. Most of the guys Benavidez has fought has been smaller than him, so I don't know. They both used to fighting those type of styles, type of body types of guys. Hasn't been nothing too much different going out throughout the fight. Same thing. It's gonna be the same type of fight they've been fighting. I mean, it's perfect, man. It's gonna line up even. I feel like Andre basically gonna have everything he needs come fight night because he's basically training with Andre Rozier, who's trained Berlanga in the past and Danny Jacobs, different guys like that. So he knows what type of guy Benavidez is and how to prepare for them. He prepared well with Danny Jacobs against Triple G, so I feel like he's gonna prepare well. But I feel like Benavidez's dad, as far as with the training, he knows he's gonna be able to break down. He's gonna be able to break down Andre well. Usually in fights, he knows how to attack a guy. You know what I'm saying? Benavidez has been in some close fights to where it looked like it was gonna go a certain way, but at the end, Benavidez's dad would give out a strategy, and I don't know. They're pretty comfortable throughout the fight. It's kind of the same with how Andre's dad trains. They don't really get too nervous about things throughout the fight. They know how it's basically going to turn out eventually, so they don't do too much overreacting or yelling. I don't know, man. It's going to be a toe-to-toe fight, man. It's going to be a classic. It's going to be fight of the year. I'm calling it right now. After this match Saturday, no matter who wins, it's going to be fight of the year. I'm calling it now. I'm calling it right now. It's gonna be the hardest fight I've seen all year. I know it. These guys don't fight, man. People don't understand, man. This ain't no easy fight. Benavidez coming to win. Andre coming to win. These guys ain't never lost before. But back to the fight though, with Benavidez, I don't know. I feel like his only weakness I would see is in the fight he tends to drop his right hand sometimes later in the fight when he gets fatigued, and that kind of leaves him open for a left hook. So that's one advantage where I was like, cause usually when he's throwing jabs though, he got good reaction time. You know what I'm saying? Cause he'll throw a jab or a straight right before the other guy does. So if he sees the other guy about to throw a straight right, instead of him blocking it, he'll just throw a straight right and just punch you in the face before you hit him in the face, and just push you back with it. I mean, he does that. That's something everybody doesn't do. I haven't seen a lot of guys do that. That's some stuff Mayweather does. That's like Andre Ward type stuff. He's throwing a jab before you can jab. Or a straight right. Boom, 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 boom. And then when he's knowing you about to think about throwing one, he gonna throw another one. Boom. I don't know, man. It's pretty amazing. I haven't seen too many people do that at all. That's gonna be a problem for anybody who fight this guy. His reaction time is like I don't know, like a pitcher, like a baseball player. He has great reaction time. That's why you can't really do anything with him. He's kind of like reacting off the jump. There's a lot of things going on in this boxing match. It's gonna be they're gonna be doing a lot of boxing and punching, man. I feel like with Benavidez though, he has to make sure that he can get Andrade out of position too. And when Andrade tries to clinch, he's gonna try. He has to, like I said, he has to try to throw some uppercuts with him coming in and trying to do different things. Because if he can't come in, or he don't feel like he can come in and throw any uppercuts, then he's gonna have some trouble with Benavidez. Then he's gonna be like, man, what can I do now? I don't know if I can throw a jab now. Then he's gonna be trying to take too many risks and different things like that. I don't know. I'm gonna have to double check the reach, but I think that Benavidez has a reach advantage. I want to say, even though Andre has long arms, I think if Benavidez is what 77 centimeters, something like that. I think he is like 74. I don't know. I'm not sure. I had to check. I don't know. But I know Benavidez probably has a reach advantage though. So with his jab and everything, he gonna be. The only thing is he doesn't have a lot of head movement. So Andre gonna be able to turn and punch and different things like that. But when you going in like that, Benavidez got power behind those punches. So Andre coming in trying to throw trying to aim at Benavidez's head and stuff. Benavidez can catch him coming in. Then if he hit you good, you're gonna stop in your tracks and hit you with another uppercut or something. That'll be shoot. The boxing match will be over then. So you gotta watch out when Benavidez coming in like that. It's gonna be a very tough fight. Benavidez tends to catch guys coming in a lot. He buzzes them a lot when they try to get comfortable boxing him and they think that he's not gonna throw anything or he's tired. He catches a lot of guys in the middle rounds, and that's when he starts throwing punches and bunches, and he likes to get guys in the corner against the ropes. If Andre ends up on the ropes or in the corners, it's gonna end up bad for him, especially against Benavidez. Benavidez usually likes for guys to try to engage or do different things. He'll throw a jab. He's not gonna wait on you. But if you're a guy who likes to punch a lot, he'll counter a lot with you, try to beat you to the punch. He's gonna throw to the body a lot of the times. He's gonna do a lot of body work, throw a lot of liver shots, different things like that. Andre gonna basically have to be prepared to move away from stay off the line. Basically, if he's on the line of the punches that Benavidez is throwing and he smothers his punches, he's gonna have a long day. He cannot stay in the phone booth with Benavidez. Can't do it. That's his specialty. I mean, he can go punch for punch, but I wouldn't recommend it, man. I'm just being 100. I feel like he has underrated power though. I feel like Andre has more power than what people realize. But I don't want to see him go punch for punch with Benavidez. Not this early. I don't know, man. It'll be too early in the fight. At the point I'm thinking of, I'm thinking like 3rd, 4th, 5th round. Nah, if the fight's close, man, he's gonna have to do it later on. But I want to do it early because by then Benavidez would have already caught up with his speed and been throwing basically punch for punch. But I see it being a hard fight, man. It's really gonna be a hard fight. Really gonna be a hard fight. I see Andrade turning Benavidez a lot in this fight. With Andrade, what he's gonna be trying to do, he's gonna try to change levels with Benavidez, turn him. One of his strengths, I hope he does. He naturally does this, but he's gonna have to try to go to Benavidez's left towards his right hand, because away from the left hand. Because what Benavidez does, he works a lot off the left hand. But the straight right, he can throw the jab on the right hand, but it's not the same as the left. A lot of people, I've seen people work towards the left turn. Turn towards his, turn left towards his right. That's been a good strategy I've seen work. And a lot of times Benavidez likes to keep his that right hand low when he gets a little fatigued, so you can catch him coming in like that. If he's especially if he's coming towards you. And what Andrade likes to do is he likes to throw a looping hook. It's a power punch, it can knock you out. So I can see in that scenario of him throwing a punch like that against Benavidez. Benavidez does like to work out the jab, though. He's not gonna put himself in a position where he's gonna get hit with anybody's power punch when he's throwing the jab. Now he will give up some licks as far as with a jab or somebody jabbing him to the face. He's not really, if he's looking for something big, he's not really gonna pay much attention to it. But when he has his guard up, a lot of times you can get a straight right through the guard or a jab. A lot of times that stops him in his place and he resets a lot. That'll be a huge advantage. Andrade will have to be real busy. If he's not super busy in this fight, he's not gonna have a chance. He has to be busy from the beginning of the round, end of the round. If he takes any time in the rounds off stuff, he gonna end up getting hurt and he ain't gonna never be able to bounce back. He cannot take no rounds off. I'm talking about none. He can't take a round off. If he take, especially those middle rounds, he takes any of those rounds off, he's gonna be behind until the end of the fight. Because with Benavidez, when he gets towards those rounds, he's really working off straight rights and left hooks. I mean, it's getting ridiculous what he's starting to do after that. So I feel like Andrade, when he's mobile and changing levels, he's throwing power punches. Now I wouldn't be surprised if Andrade gets dropped in the fight, or Benavidez. You know what I'm saying? Like, they're not really heavy, solid guys. You know what I'm saying? To where it wouldn't be a surprise for them to get knocked down or anything like that. I don't feel like that'll be too much of a difference in this fight. I feel like if that happens, so what? They still will have a chance to go on to win the fight. I'm talking about what they gonna do between the 12 rounds. It's not really gonna matter who's gonna get knocked down. At the end, we're gonna know who won the fight. These guys gonna try to go for a knockout eventually. It's gonna be that type of fight. It's gonna be so close, they're not even gonna know who's winning, so they're gonna try to go for the knockout. So it's gonna be a very good fight. It's gonna be a classic. But Andrade, he has to work his jab. I feel like his jab and his straight right would be an advantage. He can do a straight left too, but I feel like a straight right would be an advantage because Benavidez, he just has a lot of different things he likes to do in the inside, man. And I don't want to see Andrade inside close like that. Even though I've seen him throw a very good uppercut in the inside. Him and Benavidez have a close, like, chest-to-chest uppercut that they throw. It's almost like that same exact punch. They can knock a guy out with that. especially buzzing, but they can definitely knock a guy out with an uppercut punch. So I feel like that'll be a huge advantage as well. But also with Andrade, he has to not try to engage too much or too fast, because Benavidez's arms are long. So if he underestimates his length, he could possibly get dropped either coming in, because a lot of times Benavidez will throw a straight left that's really hard, man, and it'll knock you out. And a left hook to the body. He's hurt a lot of guys going to the body. A lot of guys don't really like his body punches. He's got some hard punches he throws, man. I mean, he's the real deal when it comes to the body punches. People don't understand that. Like, when it comes to the body punches, people are not really trying to open up that well. I've seen some guys try to guard their body instead of their face when they because he punches so hard to the body. Like Caleb Plant, he's got hurt in the fight they was fighting by the body. He wasn't the same after that. I feel like Benavidez can do the same thing to Andrade, but Andrade will be on the move a lot more. I feel like his cardio and mobility, he just has a little more tricks up his sleeve. He's a little more slicker than what Caleb Plant is. And he throws some hard punches while he's doing that too, though. That's the difference. Like, he's throwing bombs while he's being slick like this. So that's the advantage I see with Benavidez. He can be slick, but he can throw some hard punches behind it. But also with Andrade, a lot of things I've seen from him that I would like to see. Like I was saying, the knockout power, he has to have that. He can't try to take rounds off. But he said recently, and I feel like this will happen, he's not going to be trying to hold back as far as with his power throughout the fight. I feel like that he'll know that he basically has to have a spectacular performance to win the fight. A lot of people don't think he's going to do anything. They feel like he doesn't have much power. He's going to get knocked out. He doesn't have a chin, I guess. So he doesn't have a chin and he doesn't have power, but he's knocked down every guy he's been in the ring with. You know what I'm saying? So it's not really too much of a concern for me as far as what he'll do and what he can do. But it's just gonna be if he comes to fight. You know what I'm saying? Like, if he comes to fight, he has to come and throw the power punches. He has power punches he can throw. He can throw harder power punches just as well as anybody. Everybody doesn't have punching power like Wilder in boxing. He has high power, elite power too when it comes to punching. He's dropped a lot of guys. I'm not gonna give away the fights right now because, you know, but he dropped a lot of guys, and he's done a lot of different things. I've seen him drop guys with uppercuts, with hooks, with jabs. For real, like all kind of different punches. Straight lefts. So it's different punches he did where I've been impressed with what he's done. He has a whole arsenal. He's not just a one-sided boxer. He's done a lot of different things than what I've seen. I'm just now starting to see other things just because I'm digging in on other matches. But he does a lot of different things well, man. A lot of different things. One thing I noticed is he always fighting the big guy. It's always the guy that's taller than him, even though it's the same weight, and the fights he's had is not 168. He still fought taller guys throughout the weight classes. Solid guys that's come up from different places and different things like that, from what I've seen. A lot of different things from what I've seen. He's fought a lot of different taller guys and different guys who has a lot more KOs and punching power and stamina. But I feel like with Benavidez not having much head movement, it's gonna be an advantage with Andrade. His not having any head movement is a plus for him. Because now he can tee off on Benavidez without having to be at risk of trying to stay in the pocket too long. But Andrade's gonna stay in the pocket and punch a lot. He's not gonna be dancing around too much unless he wants to try to have an advantage. But he's not gonna be standing in the pocket punching with Benavidez the whole time. That's not gonna be the way he's gonna be fighting. It's gonna be a lot more different than what people realize. He does a lot of different things. He's bringing a lot to the table. It's not just his mobility and different things like that. He has a lot of power and he has a strong left hook as well. Right hook. He got power in both hands. They both have power in both hands, but Andrade has the same exact power in both hands. He can hit a guy with either punch. That's what people don't realize. He has a lot of power. I would say Benavidez has a lot more power in his, in his left than his right. I've seen him do a lot more with his left, you know what I'm saying? Maybe I'm wrong, but that's just my personal opinion. I wouldn't move towards his left. I would move towards, I would move towards his left instead of his right, because his left hand. So his left hand is a real threat to me, you know what I'm saying? If I was boxing him. So I feel like he has an advantage going in if he can do some going to Benavidez's left and possibly throwing a left hook or a punch like that. Because that'll be the one that catches Benavidez coming in across his chin, because I feel like when Benavidez drops that right hand, but Andrade also has same kind of issue when it comes to leaving himself open like that, to where he'll try to shoulder roll it, but a guy go over the shoulder roll and drop him by hitting him in the chin. So that's kind of how it usually goes. So that's what I was thinking of in my mind. I'm like, I don't know. Maybe Andrade can roll that, but if Benavidez can basically catch him and knock him down, it's gonna be a easy fight for him. I feel like if Andrade gets knocked down in a fight early, he'll be more dangerous. Like I'm gonna make a prediction right now. If he get knocked down in the fight early, it's a guarantee he gonna win. I don't know what he does after he get in certain situations, but he get focused. I don't know if he's gonna come in nervous or anything like that. I'm pretty sure he'll be a professional, but I don't know. Fighters still get nervous before fights and stuff like that. I'm pretty sure both the guys will have nerves, but early in the fight, that'll go away after they start punching each other, stuff like that. So it's gonna be a huge fight. They've been in big fights before. They can handle the big moment, different things like that. It's gonna be a huge fight though. I feel like with Andrade, the experience is gonna work in well for him as far as being able to switch up different styles that he's gonna be able to do. I know Benavidez, he works well with a guy who is a pressure fighter like Andrade is. He's not gonna be scared to engage and do different things. I feel like his hand speed, as far as with the jab, when they're exchanging straight rights and lefts and the jab, basically the jab and the straight left and different things like that, I feel like Benavidez is gonna have the advantage with the speed because I don't know, man. I haven't seen him in the ring with a guy. Even though he doesn't outpunch guys, I haven't seen a guy in the ring. Eventually, he catches up with their hand speed. That's why when you see him, he'll throw one punch. Like, say a guy will throw a jab, he'll throw one punch. And then the next time when the guy throws another jab, he'll throw two punches, boom, 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 before the guy can throw another one. So, he usually likes to double and triple up on his punches. He throws pretty quickly and very fast, too. And he doesn't do much as far as clinching up. He doesn't really do too much of that. He'll jab you and punch you on the inside and different things like that. He'll probably lock up with like one arm or something like that, but he's always gonna have an arm free so he can punch. I feel like Andre will have the advantage if he could turn the inside when they're fighting the inside. If he could turn and punch, kind of like how Loma does. He'll fight you close, but he'll still turn different ways, so a guy can't really just get clean shots on him. And then if Andre can work like that, he's gonna have a huge advantage. But if he doesn't, Benavidez is gonna be teeing off on him, especially with the head shots. If he's not moving his head, if he got his head in the way a lot, because I haven't seen Andre, like, he'll change levels and stuff, but sometimes his head is still like in the same spot. So all Benavidez will have to do is, like, if Andre comes in low or he turns his body low going out, Benavidez has it's almost like a lower uppercut, but it's like a hook / uppercut that he throws out there. And every time he throws that punch, I don't know why, it connects every time. No matter who he's fighting, the punch always connects. So guys got to be mindful of seeing that punch coming when Benavidez throws it, because he always throws that punch, and it's a problem. He's not an easy fight, man. This guy's a big time fighter, especially when Andre will be trying to throw hard hooks and like, he has a looping power punch, like I said, he can knock Benavidez out with. I don't know if Benavidez is going to try to walk through punches like that. If he does, he's going to get knocked down. He's going to get buzzed, too. If he try to walk through any of those punches, it's going to be a long night for him. I feel like Benavidez will be able to move around a lot, too. He's been, like, people think Andre just going to be moving around Benavidez. Benavidez gonna be able to move around with him and corner him in the corner. When he get him in the corner, he's gonna have a lot of opportunities to knock him out. So Andre gotta be mindful of that, man. Benavidez not playing. He's definitely gonna make sure that Andre knows that he's in the ring with him. Andre's a rough fighter when he needs to be, but he's not going to use all his energy trying to bully somebody in the ring. He'll rather exchange punches with him. Benavidez, he'll smother those punches. So I feel like he'll smother a lot of punches that Andrade is doing, and he's going to do some uppercuts and different things like that that's going to get Andrade out of his stance and make him uncomfortable. This is going to be a huge fight, man. I don't know how many times I can say it, man. It's gonna be one of them ones right here. I'm talking about Benavidez. He's punching hard, so he's still developing. So if people look at his last two fights, he's made a huge jump from what he used to be. You know what I'm saying? He's done a lot of different things. Like, he's a lot more mobile now. He's not worrying about cutting weight and different things like that. He knows what he has to do fight week now when it comes to weight cutting. At this point now, he's more prepared on his preparation, different things like that. I know he got a lot of things that he's doing that's changing, but his body type isn't that much different than what it used to be. He's not like Zordon now. He's not walking around 225. He's still a slender guy, but he does a lot of different things well in the ring where he can show his power. But I don't know if Andrade's gonna be as far as fighting night as if he's gonna look like a solid 168. I feel like he will be compared to the guys I've seen, especially the guys Benavidez has fought. He hasn't fought anybody that's long or wide like how he is. I think Andrade would be more the bigger fighters Benavidez has fought. People will realize that come fight night. But it's gonna be a good fight, man. It's gonna be a real good fight. Real good fight. I feel like Andrade inside work gonna have to be top of the line. If he doesn't show his abilities as far as inside, he gonna have some trouble. If he can't show that inside ability, it's gonna be some trouble. He has to go toe to toe with Benavidez. If he doesn't go toe to toe, Benavidez just gonna walk through him, knock him out, and go on to the next. Because right now, in my mind, I can see him, if he's changing angles, I can see him giving Benavidez problems. I know in between fights, in the middle rounds, I feel like Benavidez, that's his strength, but he will use a round or half a round to either reset, figure out a new strategy, or to either take a break. He will do that. Not that he's not out of shape or anything. It's just that if he's doing that well, it's just he's able to do those different things. He's just gonna use it to change different strategies. Every fighter does it. Guys are not throwing a million punches every round. You know what I'm saying? It's a strategy behind things. So he's just gonna use that time to adjust. I feel like Andre gotta take advantage of that then though. But he has to go for knockouts though. He can't be relaxed like he usually is. I'm gonna keep saying this. He has to go for knockouts. If he's relaxed, cause he said before like, oh yeah, I haven't just tried to go for the KO, bro. Go for the KO in this fight. And I feel like he's gonna be in that mode where he's gonna go for it. I honestly do. He's not gonna have a choice. He's not gonna have a choice. Benavidez is gonna make him go to a point where hey, you're not winning this fight. You might think you're winning this fight, you're not winning this fight. You're gonna have to go for the knockout. That's how I see it. Benavidez is not gonna give him a chance for a KO. He gonna have to go for but he gonna try to go for the knockout. He definitely not gonna give him a chance for 12 rounds. He's not trying to have this fight go 12 rounds. I don't think Benavidez is gonna fight a 12-round fight. I think he's gonna try to knock him out. Honestly. Because he already thinks in his mind, like, okay, I'm not trying to have a boxing match with him. Even though it is a boxing match, you know what I'm saying, but he's not trying to have a go jab for jab. He's trying to punish him. There's gonna be some hard punches thrown in this fight. Some very hard punches. I feel like the left hook is both of their one of their special punches. Uppercut. Andre has a strong right hand that he throws, straight right that he throws, that's strong. Benavidez has a strong straight left. It's a very hard punch. Can knock guys out. His jab is heavy. His jab could be used as a weapon, or it can just be used as something for distance. You know what I'm saying? To keep these guys in order. But the jab, man, he uses it for a lot of different things. You know what I'm saying? His jab is a lot. It's not just his regular jab. His jab can hurt a guy. His jab can buzz a guy. He has heavy hands. He got some hard punches. I feel like Andrade can kind of duck those punches when they coming in and throw them with some uppercuts. Andrade has some uppercuts, some looping uppercuts he throws. It's like hooks. He'll throw them left, right. He can kind of drop Benavidez with those punches. If he catches Benavidez with those punches, he can drop him. He can knock him out for sure. But Benavidez will have to be open for those kind of punches. Usually he'll punch a guy halfway when he's trying to attack, and it won't even work most of the time. He's not going to try to block it most of the time. He'll just try to knock you out. Or, you know, that's just a natural instinct. He's not going to basically try to block, or he'll block most of the stuff, but by the time you're trying to attack him, he's going to counter with everything he can. He's a great counter puncher. His reaction time is second to none. He has great reaction time. He almost has reaction time like a Floyd or something like that. I know people probably say, oh yeah, but hey, reaction time is that good. I'm saying when he sees the guy throwing a punch in, and he'll do certain things. He'll definitely do certain things. He has a certain punch that when he gets guys in a certain place, he can usually stop them from coming in that way with a jab or something like that. That's a hard punch for a lot of guys. Everybody's not good at taking those kind of punches. That's why I said usually with Andrade, they'll have to figure out how they can attack him as far as when he's moving around, different things like that. He's not constantly moving to the point where you can't catch him in the corner and different things like that. But he's moving to the point where it'll be hard to kind of like just tee off on him, like usually certain guys do with certain fighters. It'd be kind of hard to tee off on him and do certain things like that. But with Andrade, I don't feel like it'll be a big deal. I feel like it'll be a pretty easy fight like that. As long as the guy know what he's doing, though. If the guy don't know what he's doing, then. But Benavidez, he got good strategy. He's not gonna just try to go in there and try to hurt a certain guy, do anything like that. That ain't how. He's not reckless like that. Where he's just trying to run in and attack somebody like that. He's not gonna try to do stuff like that. He'll go across and try to get you first. He's not gonna try to just attack and, oh, let me see what strategy this guy has. No, he has patience behind everything. But Andrade, he has to be constantly attacking. Constantly attacking. He cannot lay off on Benavidez. Benavidez has that kind of power where it can just buzz anybody, you know what I'm saying? It's not a super hard punch, but it's hard enough, man. Yeah, it is super hard, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's a hard punch, man. It's not something that's just touch and go, and I mean, the way he jabs and different things like that, he can get a guy out of there. I feel like Andrade got to take that very serious. He got to be cautious with Benavidez if he's lingering around and walking you down. Because usually when he start walking a guy down, that's when he knows, like, oh yeah, I can do this. When he start walking Andrade down, everybody need to get nervous. Like, okay, yeah, this is not good. Definitely not good. If he's not getting countered and he's walking him down, Benavidez is going for the knockout. That's all I can really say right now. He's going for the knockout. want to get caught with one of those knockouts he has. Because he going to try to hurt you. He ain't going to try to just knock you out with one punch. A lot of these guys who fight him, man, they be done after that. He be punishing guys. He might be young and he's not a big, strong guy, but he's strong enough. He's big. Hey, he's strong enough to beat up the guys he's beat up. But Andre gonna have to throw those combinations though. He cannot let Benavidez outpunch him in the exchanges. I feel like he can get Benavidez in the exchanges, but he got to put his mind towards throwing rapid combinations. Throwing a couple of combinations here and there, that ain't gonna work. It's not gonna work. You can't get nowhere like that. Not throwing punches, not just throwing touch and go punches. It's not gonna work. Especially if you're not going for the knockout. I mean, let's just be serious. So different things gotta happen when it comes to certain strategies that's going on. I feel like Andre, he gonna have to go in there like Andre Ward, man. He gonna have to do some stuff like that. It can't be to the point where he's trying to figure out what Benavidez is doing. He gotta go in there like Andre Ward. He gotta work that jab, work the inside, and start going to the body. He has to go to the body. If he doesn't go to the body, it's gonna be a problem. If he doesn't go to the body, it's gonna be a problem. He has to go to the body. That's the best situation for him is going to the body. Because I've seen Benavidez get tired from a guy going to the body. So that's a good strategy. But also I feel like they both should go for the body instead of head hunting. I mean, you can try to clip a guy out, but I don't see those two as having weak chins or anything like that. So where they need to watch out for somebody's punch or anything like that. I don't think they got weak chins like that. I feel like they gotta go to the body, man, in order to break each other down. That's the type of fight I see. Going to the chin, I don't see it. Going to the body, yeah. It'll be a tough fight. You go to the body. Very tough fight. I see Benavidez going to the body, change the level as well, though. But the punch that he has when he's going across the stomach and different things like that, and throwing that left hook, it's gonna be dangerous for Andre, especially if he likes to, cause he likes to go to the right a lot of times. And if he doesn't realize that Benavidez is jumping on that right side and throwing that hook like that, he gonna be in a lot of trouble if he don't realize that early. If he doesn't realize that early, Benavidez is going to this side and he's stepping over and catching me. If he doesn't realize that, because in a fight, you know what I'm saying, it's kind of hard to see everything that a guy's doing, but he got to know that coming in, so he can try to punch over that. But with Benavidez length, yeah, but his arms, you know what I'm saying, his arm's not going to be extended, so he'll have to try to work that jab, man. That's when that jab going to come in and push Benavidez back. You know what I'm saying? But Benavidez, he'll catch Andre in the body. And I know Andre, that's going to be the hardest punch to the body. I don't know, man. Benavidez punch hard to the body. I'm not going to say he's the hardest puncher he's been hit in the body by, but if it ain't number one, he probably number two. Benavidez be throwing some hard punches. I feel like Andrade mobility gonna have to be on top tier too, man. Benavidez, his feet have everybody say his footwork. I don't know about his footwork, man, but I know he moves around more than the average guy does. So that works out well for him in my eyes. Because a lot of these guys, they don't really move their feet as much these days. They try to go toe to toe, but Benavidez has been moving a lot more lately. I would say it wasn't in the Caleb Plant fight, but you can add that fight in there too if you want to. I've seen Benavidez move more in the fight than Berlanga has. Even though it was one fight where Berlanga was moving around a lot, but I'm talking about all the other ones. I seen Benavidez moving around more than he has. So it ain't like Benavidez don't got proper footwork or anything like that. I don't know what these guys talking about. I understand he ain't he's not a boxing aficionado, you know what I'm saying? Like basically like he's not the perfect fighter, but perfect boxer, but shoot, he do everything just as well as everybody else does. He got faster hands than some of these guys who's smaller than he is. A lot of these guys don't got no fast hands, man. They need to work on it. They do the pads and all the other stuff. They don't even got no fast hands. They don't have no hand speed or no power behind it. This man got power in his jab and everything. So I don't know what a lot of these guys be talking about, man, when they be criticizing Benavidez skills. I feel like Andrade gonna have an advantage though when it comes to the stamina, moving around, different things like that, because Benavidez still is a guy who's a bigger guy. It's just not natural for a guy that big to move around a lot of fight. I mean, a lot of times in a fight, move around. And I feel like Andrade will take advantage of that with Benavidez moving back and forth. But that's not going to stop Benavidez from having a chance to knock him out or anything like that. But that's just an event. With the more tired he gets, you know what I'm saying, Benavidez, it doesn't stop him from being able to knock a guy out. It just makes his punch output go down a little bit, and he's not as aggressive. That's an advantage that I feel like Andrade can be able to take advantage of, but he has to be serious about moving the whole time, because he can be able to go toe to toe with Benavidez. It's not like he doesn't have enough punching power to be able to. It's gonna be difficult because a lot of people can't do it. You know what I'm saying? This would be something different. A lot of guys have, but the guys who have, they have to try to punch with them. And like as the rounds go on, he punches more and more and more, and he tends to outpunch guys, especially when landing. They might be able to out throw, but they're not really landing anything, because like I said, by the time they throw a straight right or a jab or anything like that, he already thrown 2 or 3 more than you, and he tries to outpunch you. It's almost like a competition at the end of the day, inside the competition. So, but I don't like when Andrade, when he's going in and out, his hands tend to be a little low. I feel like Benavidez can catch him doing things like that. His hands aren't really blocking too many punches. I mean, Andrade will try to block a punch with his hands, but he won't knock it down as much as like someone like Benavidez would. Benavidez is more he'll knock the punch down and punch around it and punch around it. He'll do all kind of different things, man. He try to make a fight a real fight. He doesn't try to block most of the punches, but he'll try to block as many as he can so he can have an advantage trying to trying to win. Benavidez usually doesn't use his right hand early in the fight as much. He'll probably use it for a jab or something, but he usually jabs off the left. And when he is using the right, he's kind of setting up that he's using it as a setup to set up that hook or that straight right. Straight left. He starts throwing or that left hook. It's kind of dangerous, man. When he starts to get in his rhythm. So usually, Andre gotta basically check the behavior of the right hand throughout the fight. If he's active with the right hand, then he's trying to go for a knockout. If he's not really involving the right hand like that, then that just means, if he is involving the right hand a lot, that just means, you know what I'm saying, I don't know, man, he's tricky with that right hand, man. Sometimes when he's working off of it, sometimes he's setting up that left hook. It's a dangerous punch. But the right hand doesn't have as much power as the left hand does. In my opinion, it just doesn't. Like, if I was to just tell a guy to watch out, I wouldn't tell him to watch out for the right hand. Even though that's a dangerous punch as well. I'm just being critical of it right now. I'm just being critical. He has power in both hands. I'm just being critical, like, as far as what I've seen, what he's worked off of, different things like that. But Andre has to be aware of that though, because Benavidez, he's walked guys into so many punches, and I've seen him throw the left hand 6 times in a row at a guy. I've seen him throw the left hand 6 times in a row at a guy to make sure that the guy gets back and different things like that. So not even to get back, man. Sometimes the guys almost about to get knocked out doing that. They'll just start to clinch and do things with him. Clinching with him is bad too, man. I mean, you got to be calculated when you're doing the clinching. Because if you ain't calculated with the clinching, it's not going to turn out the right way for most guys to do things like that. The clinch got to be on point. It can't be sloppy or anything like that. He has to be able to work through different things that's going to benefit them in the long run. Because clinching with Benavidez early and doing things like that, it's going to knock you out. Especially in the inside. That's why I say Andre can't be anywhere near the phone booth. If he is, he has to be punching 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 combinations. Punch combinations each time. If he's not, then he's either desperate or he's trying to get himself in trouble. Because I don't want to see him stand in the pocket in exchange with Benavidez like that. I don't feel like that's a good strategy to have. I feel like a good strategy for him to have would be possibly trying to change angles with Benavidez, you know what I'm saying? Catch him with his hands low, jabbing, punching between the guard, things like that. If you're doing that, then I feel like he has a chance. I honestly do. Because Benavidez punched between the when he's punching between the guard, between Benavidez's guard, Benavidez usually resets. He usually doesn't respond as well. Sometimes he does, but a lot of times he'll reset a lot and he doesn't respond when it's the straight right or the jab is getting through the guard. So that's something that got to be like the highest priority. If you're not doing that, then I don't know how you're going to win the fight against him. I just don't know how a guy's going to win the fight if he's not doing those things. But that's the only thing I see a guy actually being successful with him against. Gotta be punching with straight right and jab through the guard each time. When Benavidez put those hands together, usually you can get through that. The guard is not really that strong. It's a weak guard. But if you're worried about him responding to your punches, then you're going to be in trouble. You're going to be in trouble. You possibly going to get knocked out. And that's what a lot of guys usually do. They worry about him punching through the guard and different things like that. So at this point now, though, Andrade has a lot of edges, though, throughout the fight. Only thing that I don't like, though, he catches himself in the inside a lot. He takes a lot of risk throughout the fight. And you can do that against other guys, but against Benavidez, you can't really take too many risks. Cannot take too many risks against Benavidez. He's a guy like, oh, he's trying to jump in here with me? Oh, cool. That's what I want to do. Yeah, that's my type of fight. Oh, he want to go toe-to-toe? Oh, all right, boom, boom, boom. Let's go. Let's go. See, every fight he does that, man. He be like, let's go. And then when guys do that, that's when it go wrong. Guys be trying to do the most, man. Just stick to the program. Then that's when guys' head be bouncing off his punches, and he start knocking them across the ring and walking them down. I don't know, man. These guys, I don't know. I guess they think Benavidez is just a joke, man. I don't think they take him that serious when it comes to the inside. I guess they see his body and like, oh, he's not that strong. Yeah, he's strong, man. He got some hard punches. He's very strong. And a lot of those guys, they can't take those punches. So usually when that happens, they kind of bag out of it. They don't really get themselves involved too much. It's kind of funny when you think about it, because usually that's what they think they can do. Like, oh, this guy's skinny, he ain't got no muscle, so let me go ahead and just try to bully him. Then they end up getting beat up, punched, then they moving around the ring. But if people think Andrade is anything like Caleb Plant, you're sadly mistaken. Caleb Plant was too tired. He was tired and he couldn't take some body shots like that. The body shots he was taking, he couldn't do. He couldn't take them. That's what I'm trying to tell people. Darrell and Benavidez, those are two different levels. Benavidez is at a whole nother level. He's not like these other guys. Definitely not like these other guys. People actually think it's gonna be an easy fight for people think it's actually gonna be an easy fight for Benavidez. I don't see it that way. I see Andrade being a huge threat in this fight. He has a lot of power. If he can do the same thing that Benavidez has done to other guys, that'll be a plus. I feel like his power will carry over. He has a lot of power. Him adding his weight on, he's gotten a lot bigger. If you look at older pictures of him and then now, I feel like the strength he's put on, it's gonna do dividends. He ain't gotta worry too much about trying to make weight and different things like that. It's gonna pay dividends for him in the end. I've seen in a couple of fights that Benavidez was worrying about a body shot, but that was a long time ago. So it's kind of hard for me to rely on those things I've seen, because he probably grew out of that, man. His body was still developing then. Getting hard, hitting with some hard punches and different things like that. I haven't seen him have any kind of issues with that recently. But I feel like any guy, any boxer, you know what I'm saying, if you can go to the body, you can hurt any boxer to the body if you know what you're doing. So I wouldn't say that was something that can't happen again. But as far as him having trouble with body punches and things like that, that's not something I've seen. But I would highly recommend Andre going to the body. Has to go to the body. If he can do those 1, 2, 3 combinations to the stomach like he does. But the thing about it is he can't stand there too long throwing those type of things because Benavidez can come across and just knock him out. If he just standing there in the pocket like that, especially when he changes levels like that. Because Andre, the thing that scares me about what he does, he drops his head low enough to where Benavidez likes to throw that looping hook or that uppercut. He likes to throw it right there where Andre drops his head at. So I feel like Benavidez will give him a lot of trouble in that area doing that. He's gonna hit him a few times like that. Watch, guaranteed. He's gonna hit him a few times like that. Trust me. He's gonna hit him a few times like that. It's gonna be like bop, 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 bop. And Andre gonna try to run up out of there. Benavidez gonna probably catch him one more time. And then he gonna be like, oh, well, I can't do that no more. No, you can't do that. Not against Benavidez. You can't jump at that level. And that's where you're gonna see him changing levels, and he gonna be going up and down and basically turning. He gonna be turning. He gonna have to work to his left though. If he can work to Benavidez's left and throw the left with it, oh man. Oh man. Oh man. Oh man. Cause Benavidez, man, he tried to move the other ways. It's not gonna be the same mobility wise. If he can move towards that left though, which would be, if he can move, if he can go towards the left, towards Benavidez's right hand, yeah, that'd be a perfect strategy. He can knock him out like that. I see a huge knockout that way. Huge knockout. But if he doesn't know, he's gonna be trouble. If he does, it's gonna be straight trouble. He has to knock him out. If Andre don't get a knockout, he's not gonna win the fight. In my eyes, I feel like he ain't gonna win the fight if he get a knockout. I do not think he's gonna win if he don't get a knockout. He gotta get a knockout. It's possible to get a knockout on Benavidez, but it gotta be late though. It gotta be almost like, and I'm gonna be real, it gotta be like how Terrence Crawford had did his brother. It gotta be later in the rounds like that. If it ain't like that, I don't see the knockout coming. I can see an early knockdown, him catching Benavidez early knockdown, but it'll have to be one of those power punches that Andre usually throws that he don't usually put on display like that people haven't seen. I've seen it, but the trainers, both dads, and I guess you could throw Andre Rozier in there. That's gonna be the secret weapon though, man. The instruction these guys are giving during the fight and different things like that. They gonna do everything they got dad say. And Benavidez dad say, hey man, I need you to go to the body, do this. He gonna say, okay, I'm gonna do that. If he says, hey man, I need you to do this, and this, and he gonna say, okay, I'm gonna do that now. So it depends on the strategy that's coming from the dads too. If they got a good strategy rolling, yeah, I can see some good things happening. Especially for Andre, he just gotta be able to turn, man, and do different things like that. Because Benavidez coming in. Benavidez has a good strategy when he does different things like in the inside, because he doesn't usually like to fight with guys back and forth when they're in the clinch. He'll just let you clinch and just start throwing punches. He'll throw inside. So most of the time, when it gets later in the fight, guys will be like, man, I'm not trying to clinch with him. So that's one way he makes guys box, which is pretty amazing. He doesn't even clinch with you. He's like, oh, I'm just going to throw punch for punch. We're going to go punch for punch. If you want to clinch later on in the fight, then you can keep clinching, but I'm going to be fighting this whole time, back and forth, throwing punches. So that's one way I seen guys like, oh no, I don't want to be go toe-to-toe with Benavidez right now. Because if I do, I'm going to end up having to go toe-to-toe with him. Then he's the longer puncher, so you don't want to sit out there and get jabbed the whole time. You sit out there and get jabbed the whole time, you're definitely going to lose a fight. Which a lot of guys like to do that, but like, well, I just work from out here. You're not going to win a fight like that. You are not going to win a fight like that. It's going to look like you in the fight, and you probably going to possibly go 12 rounds, but it's going to be too far away for you to try to compete with a jab from him. It's too strong. He throws it too fast, too hard. A lot of guys, they really don't know the difference between a hard jab and a touch and go jab. Benavidez, he got a hard jab. He don't throw no touch and goes. That's why Andre gonna have to be he gonna have to be on the move. His head, I hope he have more head movement than usual, man. Because I've seen guys get their punch into his chest and head area, and we just don't want to see him in that situation this weekend. Because if he does that with Benavidez, he gonna take advantage of that. That's exactly what he's waiting on. Like, oh, his head in the same spot. He's moving his body up and down, but his head in the same spot. So let me just try to aim down, up and down. That's it. Boom, boom, boom. So that's Benavidez's specialty. His accuracy. He's a very accurate fighter. Even though people may think he just throws punches all over the place, he's very accurate with his power punches. That's why he doesn't throw a lot of them, because when he throws it, it counts. That's why he'll aim with a punch, and usually he'll put one hand up to throw another punch, almost holding the guy in place to get a punch off. He does all that stuff. Whatever the referee gonna let go, hey, that's the type of fight it's gonna be. Whatever the referee's okay with, that's what he's gonna be okay with. So you definitely got to come up with a strategy of how you want to go about the fight. Because a lot of these guys, they're not going to give you a chance to get away with certain things in the ring. But I feel like in this fight, man, Benavidez, he going to punish Andrade most of the fight and put him in a position where he's going to make him box and make him go back and forth with him. It's gonna be a brawl. It's gonna turn into a brawl later on in the fight. Middle rounds, it's gonna be a brawl. It's not gonna be too much. They're gonna be throwing jabs and things like that, but it's gonna be a lot of hooks, a lot of straight hands going through the process. I feel like when Andre sometimes dropping his hands and doing different things, I think Benavidez will take advantage of that and being able to throw a nice left hand, straight left over into Andre's face and bother him. Get him to move and doing different things like that. If he's moving a lot and Benavidez is having him run into punches, I think that'll be a huge advantage for Benavidez. Because that's his specialty, you know what I'm saying? He has a lot of guys always running to punches they're not really ready for. Andre has to make sure that he has a game plan when he's coming toe-to-toe with David Benavidez. he has to make sure that he knows how long he's going to be in those exchanges and the different risks he's going to take. Because being that close, he's going to have to throw power punches and hooks that, because Benavidez going to try to knock you out when you come in that close. So he's going to have to try to do those different things. But I feel like Andre, he'll be able to change levels, his jab, the hooks, the different things, the Benavidez body. I feel like him going to the body will slow Benavidez down, and he could possibly drop him late in the fight. But I feel like Benavidez can stop all that with just the pressure he puts on. Because a lot of guys who pressure Andrade and they can jab and throw a lot to the center of the body, like Benavidez does. That's a lot. That's a weakness for him. That basically, that's just a weakness for him. You know what I'm saying? He could. Most boxers, you know what I'm saying, they don't like guys going to the center of the body and jabbing and throwing large combinations of punches. But once they get in the rhythm, though, it's a whole different ball game. Andre might get into a rhythm where he's not really worried about what Benavidez is doing as far as his attack. But I feel like Benavidez's main strategy is going to be to go to the body. If Benavidez doesn't go to the body, he's not going to have a chance. If Andre doesn't go to the body, number one, whoever goes to the most of the body going to win the fight. That's a guarantee. Whichever guy goes to the body the most, that's who's going to win the fight. Whoever doesn't, that's who's not going to win the fight. So that's all I can really see throughout the fight, really. Whoever can go to the body the most. A lot of these guys don't go to the body no more. They go head hunting. But I feel like Benavidez, he'll have a good enough strategy to where he won't be trying to head hunt and different things like that. He'll be basically trying to break him down, because he knows it's going to be not an easy fight just to try to go knock him out, aiming for his head and different things like that. But I feel like Andre gonna be prepared for all that, though. I'm pretty sure he's been sparring bigger guys and different things like that, getting ready for the weight difference. And he's had one fight at 168, you know what I'm saying? But it's gonna be a different ball game when you go in there with Benavidez. And he's already big for 168, so it's not like he's a guy who's just a regular 168 and no, he's big for that size. I don't think the weight cut gonna be a problem, but with the stamina, I don't know. It usually it can happen, man. It depends on what night it is. It can happen, especially around times like this where it's colder. But these guys been fighting around this November probably their whole life, so this ain't nothing different from no other time they probably done box. So it's probably the best time for them to get them in a boxing match, to be honest with you. But with this, I feel like basically because I wanted to go with Benavidez as far as winning this fight. I felt like he'd be able to punish Andrade and break him down throughout the fight, and Andre wouldn't be able to do anything with him. But as time goes on, I have to notice that Andre has dropped most of the guys he's been in the ring with, if not all of them. He's done a lot of things as far as his defense. He's one of the most defensive guys. He's one of the most mobile guys. He moves around more than most guys. He's faster than most guys. He has more power than most guys. He's shown that he has more power than most guys. So this is elite competition for Benavidez. You know what I'm saying? Benavidez is a young fighter, but I don't think Caleb Plant is on the level of Demetrius Andrade. Demetrius Andrade gave and Caleb Plant gave Benavidez a hard time. Not trying to line those two up against each other and compare, but it's just a real idea. That's just what I had to go off of, what I have to go off of. You know what I'm saying? I can't act like that didn't happen. So, I just feel like the inside work is gonna make the difference. Benavidez can take the fight like that, or he can lose the fight like that. If Andre can match that, then I see that that'll be able to happen. But he has to use his speed. His speed and his agility and his punching ability has to be on full display. But right now, I might do another breakdown later on. If people like this one, I might get more in depth. But this is just a quick one that people wanted me to make. So right now, I got Benavidez punishing Andrade for 12 rounds with a decision. But I want to change it, honestly. But that's my wild card pick, to be honest. Like my if, I'm kind of like. But right now, if I had to pick one, I'd say Andrade knockout. Stopping Benavidez. Benavidez get tired, late rounds, Andrade stops him. That's my prediction right now. It might change later on, but that's what I got right now. This is a hard fight to pick, man. I really don't know, man. To be honest, in my heart, it's like Benavidez gonna win a 12. But I will pick Andrade for knockout. Just because I know this is his last chance. This is the only opportunity. He doesn't have no other opportunity after this. If he don't get the knockout, his career is over. That's how they're going to try to make it seem. So, I feel like in my mind, he would have to get the knockout. You know what I'm saying? I don't see judges siding with that decision for him to win, but I do see him winning by knockout. I'll probably do more breakdown later on, but right now, just because it's a couple days early, I don't like doing predictions this early. But I don't know. That's what I wanted to go with, so that's what I came up with. But that's all I got, man. Like and subscribe.